What?
You can start playing.
Oh. Sorry about that. Something's in the booth. Let's get it going, y'all. Well, the long-awaited day is finally here in the National Soccer League, fans. The rematch of last year's championship battle is ready to get underway in a beautiful sunset here in Memphis, Tennessee. The rematch is on. Scouts versus Terminators. We've had to wait all season long to week 23 for it. And it's finally here. Scouts with unfinished business beaten by the Terminators in the final of last season. Number 1 and number 2 going at it again here. And the Scouts this time have the upper hand in 4th and can secure a playoff berth with a win here in the revenge game in front of their home crowd and keep the Terminators on the outskirts of the playoff picture. So a lot of motivation for the home side, maybe a little bit of pressure as well, though. Here is the starting lineup, and the big news for the team, James Hoover returns to the lineup wearing the captain's armband. A 4-goal substitute appearance last week to win his team a game over the league leaders then, the Pioneers. And he is back in a starting role after 2 games relegated to the bench after that inspired performance, and they're going to need him today to be at his very best. He did score in the final last year in the 4-3 loss to the Terminators, scored twice to get his team level in the 81st minute. Thought he had done enough to set it extra time, but this team, the Terminators, doesn't know when to die. Just kept coming back, and they won it 4-1, courtesy of Ralph Cox in the lineup today, a starter this season. And it is the same as it ever was for this Terminators team, relying on their old stars. Bad news for them is Brian Cooper, Big Coop, the heart and soul of this defense, out with a groin injury. Expected to be back in time for the playoffs, but it is Yannick Mueller who comes in to fill that spot. And, oh, mic quality is awful. What's going on here? Is this thing not working? Wait. Why is it so sensitive? Anyway, gonna get underway here. And look at this. Field is in top condition. The Scouts really outdone themselves with the preparations for this match. Let's try this. Outer size, big boy. Apologies for the technical difficulties early on in this one. Apparently the microphone is a little bit bugged out. Not sure what's going on there. We are underway, and the Terminators are getting it started here. Terminators in the gold and gray. Scouts in their purple away kit. Ball in is towards Edgar Ayala at the back post, and Sanchez makes a save. Early throws here. Well, we mentioned it in the pregame, and it was again mentioned, a 4-3 win for the Terminators in the championship match last year. Crabtree having a real hard time, but he's got it away eventually. Crabtree into James Hoover, and what a save from Lockwood. Point blank range. Brilliant stop for each goalkeeper. Oh, it's a bad giveaway though. And Hoover passes. Oh my goodness! What a way to announce your return to the lineup. James Hoover at it again. His 5th goal in his last 2 games. Well, it's an absolutely awful mistake from Lockwood. Hoover, presence of mind to have a look. And turns and smashes this one on the turn into the top corner. What a finish from Hoover. Back in the lineup, back where he belongs in a starting role. He's back among the goals again. He smashes this one into the top corner to get his side the early lead against the Terminators here in stunning fashion. No assist on that goal, as it was a direct gift from Peter Lockwood. With a shaky start after a great save. Let that throw get away from him. An ill-advised throw in the middle of the park. Hoover was there to pounce on the loose ball. Here's Crabtree now pouncing on a loose ball. Hoover in support again. He's in for a second. Hoover! Another save from Lockwood. I think he was offside anyway. Well, we saw the midseason slump from Hoover that got him benched by the manager. Not liking what he had seen. Stagnant play. Benched for 2 games in favor of Philip Miller. And since then, 4 goals in a substitute appearance off the bench last week. Back in the lineup, wearing the captain's armband today. We mentioned it. And he's back with a goal inside the opening 10 minutes. It's 1-0 early lead to the Scouts here. Big touch, and the Scouts winning every second ball at the moment. It's one-way traffic. Wilson, hoovered. Altaus, back to Wilson. Moving around nicely here. Hoover to Crabtree. This is lovely build-up play. Wilson in the middle and saved by Lockwood. I think Wazowski maybe got a foot in there. Lockwood better distribution. We've hardly mentioned Andrew Hearn having another stellar season, of course. He did score a hat-trick in that final in the 4-3 victory. Can he get another goal against the Scouts here, try and get his team level? Ansa, a couple step-overs, and Joe Henderson, the rookie, getting stuck in. Brilliant defending. Zach Wilson now carries away to Crabtree, who's been active. Henderson into the middle. Nice switch of the field. House to Gazawe. Scouts are making lots of inroads here in behind, and here's Crabtree on the run again. Back to Joe Henderson. Top of the box it goes to Hoover. Coming inside to Altaus. And it's just outside the post. Another lovely sequence of attacking play from the Scouts. And that one just past Peter Lockwood, but also just past the near post for Iskander El Ghazawi, who's having a great season. And that one just trickles wide. A great chance for the Scouts to go up 2-0. They still have the lead, of course, and there is Joe Henderson again. Battle of the Brits in the midfield against Ryan Ansa. Here's Hearn. Back with Ansa. Nice ball to Ralph Cox, who was the match winner last time these two faced off. Can he dig out a cross here? Blocked behind by Balboa for a corner. Look at the near miss there from El Ghazawi. Just agonizingly close. Maybe gets a little touch. A kiss of the post on its way behind. Going to be swung in from the corner by Deku. Hearn, obviously the main target here, and it's in towards Hearn. And Wallaby Wilson rising highest to head it away. Borzowski. Cox. Top of the box to Hearn. Ansa weasels his way in. Kovac backing into the defenders. What a save from Sanchez. Now Kovac doesn't score a lot. I don't know if he's ever scored in the National Soccer League, but nearly gets through there. The corner for the Terminators here. Looking for Hearn again, and it's in towards Hearn, and the header is over the bar. A collector's item, a rare header miss from Hearn. Oh, brilliant ball from Deku again. And a rare mistake from the big man up front for the Terminators. That's an off-target chance. Scouts survive a scare there. And they've given it away. Now that momentum has completely swung in favor of the Terminators here, just like it did last May. Here come the Terminators with Hearn in the box. That's back to Hearn. Big chance here. Deku lining it up, and Joe Henderson is in there with a big block. Scouts carry away. Altaus leading the charge. Here is lost it out to Borzowski, the bird watching, and then Ansa cleverly spins away from Henderson. Hearn. Good touch into space. Here is Andrew Hearn. Looking for Faulkner. Edgar Ayala. Touches a bit wide. It's going to be another corner here for the Terminators on the attack. Look at the save from the shot from Davor Kovac moments ago. So the third corner in a row at this end of the field for the Terminators here. For Hearn again. Faulkner, the one who rises high though to meet it. Deku, and I think he never got back on side, and it's going to be a free kick to the Scouts. Actually fully out of bounds there as well. Whoops. See the possession now. Terminators have dominated, but the Scouts grab the early goal through this man, James Hoover, who now releases a lovely ball to the path of Iskander El Ghazawi. Into the corner he goes. Oh, sent the defender absolutely slipping to the shadows there, but the cross left something to be desired straight into the arms of Lockwood. Starting the attack quickly again, but given away on the throw again by Lockwood. Here is Pasha Mikhailov. Nice ball to Hoover. Lovely one-touch play. Hoover on the edge of the area, inside again, going for goal and saved by Lockwood. Another corner. This time it's for the Scouts, though. How good has he been? Back in the lineup again today. Full stretch, great coordination, athleticism, and a good save from Lockwood. The Scouts still can catch the Thunderbirds, despite the fact the Thunderbirds are leading the league. So, impressive stuff from the Scouts! Dino Balboa with the header! It's 2-0! First goal of the season for the center back, and what a time to score it! The Terminators dominating the recent possession, and Joe Bunting swings in a beauty here, and Balboa rises high and meets this ball. This is where you miss the presence of a player like Big Coop. What a header from Balboa. No chance for Lockwood. That one is nestled into the side netting. And the Scouts take command here with a 2-0 lead. 10 minutes from halftime. All going according to plan so far. Faulkner. Here's Cox trying to get a goal back for the Terminators before the halftime interval, but it's given away by Hearn. Hoover. Oh, lovely drop of the shoulder there. Hoover trying to skip away. McDonald, did he get the ball? Referee says yes. So nearly clear breakaway for Hoover. Well read by McDonald in the end. 6 minutes to go before the break. Here is Cox. Hearn struggling to control the ball again. He's giving it away again. Wilson trying to get it started. Scouts now taking their time, trying to play a little slower tempo, safer possession here. Already 2-0 up, don't need to give it away here. Here's Mikhailov. Here's behind, going for the Scouts now. Bunting, can he pick one out? Ilgazawe, going with pace again. He's got lovely close control as well, though. Here's Bunting. Flipping it in towards Hoover. Not a bad ball, but Warzowski first to it, and then away by Yannick Mueller. Ayala. Terminators trying to get going on the counter now. Ayala in space. Can he take this ball in stride? Yes, he can, but Wilson read it like a book. Excellent season. Zach Wilson is having it right back once again. Crabtree sending it long for his counterpart, Elgazawa. Lovely pass. Althaus is there, but Ludwig Warzowski is also there. Makes his presence felt. Henderson wins it back in the midfield. 3 minutes of added time we're into. Althaus trying to nod it on for Hoover, and Yannick Mueller steps in with a good tackle. Ayala gets away from Wilson this time. Nice move. And now he's playing in Hearn. It's a foot race with Mikhailov. And Mikhailov does brilliantly well to nudge the big man off the ball there. Looks like it is going to end a 2-0 lead in favor of the hosts in the first half. But they will know better than to trust that. They led by a similar margin in the final last year. There is the halftime whistle. Right on cue from the referee. 2-0 to the Scouts in the rematch of last year's championship. Let's see how the second 45 plays out. We'll be back in just a moment. James Hoover on the mark again.
We gotta win!
Well, good evening and welcome back to the second half of the rematch of last year's championship match. The Scouts in command here, 2-0 lead at the break. Terminators had a spell of possession, lots of corners, good chances, but could not find the back of the net. And this man, James Hoover, on his return to the starting lineup, was able to score early, and the Scouts have never looked back since. Here's Henderson trying to get away, a little bit of a clumsy giveaway. Showed too much of it to Ansah, who's carrying forward now. Nice little toe ball forward to Hearn. Gonna run inside with Cox in support. Nice ball from Ralph Cox to Hearn. Can he cut it back for Ralph Cox? What a save from Sanchez! Hearn's that's in! Well, Sanchez does really well to save the first one. But there he is. Mr. Inevitable, Andrew Hearn. with a plot twist that makes this game a lot more interesting. It's 2-1 here. The Terminators fans do have a goal to celebrate here. Lovely play. Great save. And then Cox, the presence of mind. He could shoot this into the traffic, but instead picks his head up and finds Hearn on the edge of the box. And he just lifts it over the outstretched leg into the top corner. Brilliant goal from Andrew Hearn, doing what he does best. Cox, the danger man, in there again. The Scouts, kryptonite it seems. They just cannot find a way to stop him from undoing their defense. So they couldn't score in the first half. They scored within 5 in the second. Terminators cutting the deficit in half. 2-1, still a Scouts lead, but a lot more nervy around Millennium Field all of a sudden. The atmosphere has changed in here, and Henderson's giving it away again. Kovac. Terminators fans are making some noise away to our right-hand side, amped up, trying to get back level. Here comes Hearn again. Danger in behind with Hearn. It's a nice ball. He's in from the pass from Monta. Can he do it? Oh my goodness! A tale of two halves at its finest. And Andrew Hearn is wrecking this game wide open. He scores again. Lovely build-up play with Ansah, and then never in doubt. Once he gets into that position, nothing Sanchez can do. Beats the two center backs and beats the goalkeeper with a fine strike. 2 goals in 5 minutes for Andrew Hearn, and he moves up into second on the Golden Boot charts. 24 goals, only behind the illustrious Isaac Powers, who is only ahead of him by 1 goal. 24 on the season for Hearn. Unbelievable numbers once again. And the Scouts have looked completely rattled in this second half. Have not been able to get it going like they did in that first. All the traffic suddenly favoring the Terminators with Hearn in again here. Can he get away again? It's Cox to make it 3-2! What a save from Sanchez! The Scouts have got to wake up defensively. They are all over the place. Have to give credit to Gilberto Sanchez as well. That is 2 top-class saves he's made on the most hated man in Millennium Field, Ralph Cox. Terminators nearly completing the comeback within 15 minutes of the second half. Altaus trying to win it with Faulkner. Deku. And Faulkner was offside, going to be pulled back for a free kick. Just the start we wanted in the second half. It looked like the Scouts dominating in total control in this one, but Terminators have leveled it with 2 goals, and it's all level with just over half an hour to play here. So far, so good. The rematch is living up to the hype. Scouts have looked a different team since halftime, though they have not been able to figure out any way to get forward. The Terminators are swarming them at the moment. Just got to settle down and get some passes going, as they're trying to do right now. That's better. Here's Crabtree. Goes back to Henderson, to Altaus. Movement is good here. Wilson trying to hold on to it. Good strength. Gazawe, is he onside? Referee says yes. It's Wilson. Looking for Hoover. Looking for the shot. Hoover! It's tipped over. No. Referee says no. Maybe a goal kick. Looked like there was a touch from Lockwood. That's what Hoover is saying to the ref there, but not interested. He's called a goal kick. That would have raised the roof here if that one had hit the back of the net. Instead, it's just over the crossbar. Hearn wins the header, as he so often does. Deku. Faulkner. Inside again to Hearn. On the hat trick here. Thinking about it, maybe. Faulkner. Cox. Wriggles back inside. Here's Faulkner. Lovely play here. Hearn. Onside. It's Hearn inside again. They're making 3-6. Andrew Hearn! Unbelievable! It's him again! Just like it was, deja vu all over again. A hat trick against the Scouts. And there is simply no stopping him in this second half after a torrid, tumultuous first half showing. He has been absolutely touch of Midas. Everything he's striking turning to gold at the moment. And it's 3-2. The Terminators have come all the way back. And Hearn is level for the Golden Boot race once again. 25 goals on the season. 3 here today. Scouts faithful will be having nightmares about him for seasons to come at this rate. 6 goals in his last 2 games against them now, and he has put his side into the lead here. Scouts have got to make some changes. You feel they have just not been the same in this second half. Center backs have been from rock solid to quicksand at the back. And another giveaway going forward. Elgazawi fighting for it though. Good strength. Hoovered trying to score from range again. Althaus. Crabtree flicked on. It's bottling in there. Not going to get there, but it is a corner. Donald nearly wrong-footing his own keeper there. Little laugh from Ludwig Varzowski, knowing that could have easily trickled in for an own goal. Probably going to have a substitute now. We see some players on the far side there before this corner comes in. Indeed, we do. Let's see who's coming on. Is Absalon Ndoku on for Joe Henderson, rookie for rookie swap, and Ernie Hill enters the fray for the Terminators as well. Short corner option is not taken, and Wilson's ball is a disappointing one in truth. Scouts have crumbled here in the second half. Down 3-2 now to their old foe, the Terminators. Here's Ndoku straight off the bench, straight into the action. Balboa trying to get it going with Wilson. Ndoku to Elgazawi. Althaus trying to spin away from his man. Did well to hold it. Ndoku. Back for Althaus. Elgazawi is offside, and he is. Just goes a little early there, and look at the line. Yannick Mueller and Rosowski looking across and stepping up in due time. It's great defensive work there. Well, just 15 minutes to play here in the second half. The Terminators down 2-0 at the break, now lead 3-2 inside Millennium Field, and Hearn is the difference maker once again, but Wilson pinches it back well up the field. Is there another moment, another twist of the tail? Hoovered into the box. Trying to spin his man, long for Crabtree. Can he pull it back? Now Crabtree to the ball line. Cut it back, and Kovac was there. Ndoku into Hoover. Oh, the chance! Oh my goodness, he's missed it. Oh my goodness. That was the moment. James Hoover, the form he's in. The player he is, you'd back him to hit that 9 times out of 10, but this was the one. And it trickled just wide. Lockwood was beaten. It's a goal kick for the Scouts again. Agonizingly close. I have another substitution coming up here. Waiting the referee signal. We're going to wait for the goal kick. Onsa wins the header. He's been excellent today in midfield as well, once again. McDonald just going to hoof it long. Not a bad ball, though. Faulkner wins the knockdown to Powell. Mikhailov in there to pinch it back. Hoover. Here come the Scouts trying to get it going. Wilson, nice ball. Crabtree looking for Hoover around the back. It's a one-on-one with Lockwood. Lockwood smothers it up. Spilled it for a moment. Then was able to corral it in the end. Mikhailov fooling around at the back. What's he done there? He's giving away a free kick. Tussling with Ayala. Now those two having words with each other. Whoa! Free kick now for the Terminators once again. 10 minutes to play here. Still 3-2 to the Terminators at the moment. Moving away quickly. And then return to the Terminators on the attack again, looking to put the game to bed with Onsa. Mikhailov steps across again. Still anybody's game here at the moment. Nice ball from Ndoku through the line. Elgazawi has broken away. Passes it to Hoover. What a save! I think Hoover was offside though. Wouldn't have counted if it had gone in. Oh, the Scouts fans want a foul there. It's so close. I think he was offside, but the players and the fans are saying Elgazawi was being held by Varzowski before the offside. And there's substitution coming up now. Alejandro Cruz is on for Elgazawi. Second change of the day for the Scouts with just 7 minutes to go for number 7 who enters the match. The game in need of a hero. Terminators making quick work of this attack. Here comes Faulkner, trying to put the game to bed with a 4th goal. Working on Joe Bunting, cuts it back to Kovac. Deku with time and space in the midfield. Skipping away from one, that's a nice turn inside to onside. Yes! Poor defending from the Scouts again. And no one closing down Ryan Ansa. With 2 assists to Hearn on the day, he grabs his own goal now. And it's game, set, match here. The Terminators win 4-2 again, just like it was in the final. Ryan Ansa with the goal to seal it. And a brilliant finish. In truth, no stopping that from Sanchez. Well, it's been the story of the second half. The Terminators were lackluster and lazy in the first, but they have been clinical in the second. Everything they have touched, too good, too quick, too strong for the Scouts. Wilson's giving it away quickly here. That does mean the Thunderbirds can now clinch their division with a win tonight. In just a moment, coming up next, of course, your number 1 and number 2 teams, the Thunderbirds and Pioneers, in the final game of the week. Should be a real thriller as well. This one has delivered so far. Scouts in control, 2-0 at the half. They've lost 4-2 here. Shocking collapse. Crabtree looking for Njoku, and that's poor. And trying to be too tricky, gave it away. This means the Terminators move within 1 win of securing a playoff spot and making it a return to the playoffs after a rocky start to their season. It means they are still keeping their quest for the three-peat alive. And with the performance they put in today, you'd think maybe it's not just a outside chance, but really a real possibility at this stage. Be a handball there off Wilson. It's been a strange game, this, almost identical to the final from last year in terms of the scoreline, but passage of play was different. One-way traffic in the first half, and in the second, the same, but double. Another change coming up for you now. Olaf Mazur comes off your Andrew Hearn, the hat-trick hero for the Terminators, who has single-handedly won this game for them, it's safe to say. And withdrawn to a standing ovation from his home fans, or traveling fans rather, once again. I think that was a shot from Deku. I'm not sure where it actually ended up. Didn't actually see it on the screen. Just saw him turning away. So I guess it was not one with his best. The Scouts certainly still in a strong position to make the playoffs here, but they will have to face the Thunderbirds before it's all said and done. And they will, of course, have to play the Stealth as well for that time. So a couple of tough games. They're not fully out of the woods yet. Here's Powell trying to make inroads to make it 5-2. Can he do it here? Cuts it back, waiting for support. It's Olaf Mazur in behind, and Sanchez puts behind for a corner. The Scouts have been shocking in the second half defensively. Diminutive forward getting in with the chance, nearly grabs a goal. Sanchez, you have to say, despite the 4 goals conceded, has had a good game. His defenders have just really not helped him out today. Swung in it goes. Althaus away. Warzowski. McDonald. Kovac waiting for the final whistle now. Deku going from range. And another corner. I don't know why he's so upset. They're winning 4-2.
Paycheck, please. That's all they say. Unbelievable. Shocking display.
What happened to the thing upstairs?
It just kept timing out, and then the mic quality.
I think Morgan's computer's bugged out. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Anytime something exciting would happen, I'd be spinning out. He'd be screaming downstairs, and then it would cut afterwards. And I'm like, okay.
Whoops. Try again later.
I mean, that's so bad.
Deku to take this corner now. Just not sure why we're still playing here, though. This game has been decided for some time, and there is the final whistle at last. Listen to the roar from the home crowd. They are not happy with the way that second half went. Not happy with the excellent performance from Andrew Hearn once again. He's already in his sweatpants. Wow, that changed quick. He was on the field 5 minutes ago. And Terminators fans happy to see it, as another hat-trick against the Scouts that has won his team this game in the rematch of last year's final. But don't go anywhere. We got one more game coming up for you. I'll leave you with the full match highlights of this one. Until then, we'll be back in just a moment. Paycheck Thieves. Ball.